Welcome to this recording where you're going to listen to insightful moments recorded during live coaching sessions with my clients who come from diverse professional backgrounds. And if you like what you hear today, please share it with your friends and colleagues. And remember to hit the subscribe button now and ensure that you never miss any other episode. Thank you. So often we can experience a lot of tension, anxiety around speaking, showing up in network meetings and large groups, public speaking, lots of people watching you, and particularly people that are introverts find it quite exhausting and confronting to have to always show up energetically. And often you find yourself comparing yourself to somebody who finds it a bit easier, like an extrovert, who actually gets a lot of energy from just being in front of people. And they speak with lots of energy and clarity, and it looks like they've got it all together, but really we don't know. So today what we're talking about is, how do I communicate in a way that I feel safe, that I feel like I still matter, even if I don't have it all right, and that I still am belonging to this group. They're not going to reject me, put me aside, think I'm weird. Okay, because these are the three fears that we have: feeling safe, making sure we matter, and making sure that we're not going to be rejected so that we belong to the group. And without knowing, your whole body just feels tense like this, you see? And there's a lot of belief systems that say, I'm going to get it wrong. And then there's the proof of evidence of that, another belief that says, it's possible, I'm going to get it wrong and I'm going to be rejected. Not only am I going to get it wrong, but they're not going to like me. My reputation is going to be affected. I'm going to lose my job. So we need to really be aware of those belief systems and also the proof of the belief system. So they're called underlying beliefs, and they're the evidence for the belief. And so there's a sheet there that I gave you called thoughts, and how thoughts are created from beliefs, and then there's proof to those beliefs. And just to identify them is really worth it, because we all have them, but when we can see them, then we can deal with them, and we can hear the voice of those beliefs, because those beliefs have got a voice and they're trying to communicate to us, and they're trying to say, be careful, be careful. They're actually got a positive intention. So it's good to actually acknowledge it, see it in your personal reflection time, away from the meeting when you're doing your own personal reflection. And quiet time is we look at our behavior, we look at what's going on, what am I feeling? Don't ever be afraid of facing your feelings. Really know your feelings. Know the needs that you have. Acknowledge those, and sometimes give them to yourself. Forget about others trying to give it to you. You can ask and you can make a request, but really giving it to yourself by putting your hand on your heart, having a lot of compassion for yourself. Never any blame, any shame, or any guilt for yourself, ever, because it doesn't work and it doesn't help. Instead, it's lots of compassion and love, because it is the younger person in you. It's that younger child. So, acknowledging the feelings, having a reflection time, seeing where you're at, listening to your needs, attending to them, giving yourself compassion. Sitting there, sometimes even just touching your heart. You can put a hand on your heart and a hand on your head like this, see? At the same time, hand on the head, hand on the heart. And feel how they feel to each other. You got to feel it. You got to be quiet. This is work you do behind the scenes. And you feel the connection of that. Relaxes your nervous system. And the other one is meditation. Meditation is to practice stillness, being the blank wall upon which the frames, which are the stories, the feelings, the fears we have, they're frames hanging on the blank wall. I'm the blank wall, having those experiences, yes, but I'm not the experience. I'm having that experience, but I'm not just that. I am also the blank wall. Or we often say the blank canvas upon which the drawings are drawn. You can choose. Why? Because we can choose our beliefs. We can choose how we're going to roll up. We can choose how we can respond. When you practice it before the meetings, weeks and weeks of it, until the nervous system has an option to choose a different feeling, can be the observer. And the quote that I used before was to be able to feel the suffering without letting it bother you. It's a very interesting concept by Ken Wilber. There's a video on that. So we can still feel the tension in the room at times, and we can see people's faces and the demands of the workload and our expectations of ourselves. We notice all that, but we don't let it bother us. So we notice it and we respond, but it doesn't bother our core nature. Our memory's still working. We're still showing up. We're accepting our limitations at times. Okay, so the meditation is just the stillness of learning how to observe the breath, feel the tension, bring breath into it, and observe it and see it. And that's why meditation is really worth it, just to relax the body. Thank you for listening to this recording. I hope it has helped you. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you next time.